Welcome back to WatchGP Podcast episode 3.
Hey guys, welcome back. It's Noor, that's Bob, and we have Joseph.
Jojo.
Hello, hi, Noor.
And it is episode 3, Drowning Down Under. So guys, before we start and kick off,
Yep.
I wanted to ask you a quick thing.
Yalla.
You guys are used to my questions now.
Yes.
Let's go.
If you could swap any two drivers on the grid right now, who would it be and why?
I think I would swap Max with Ferrari. It doesn't matter if it's Lewis or Leclerc. I just want to see if Max can perform with this strategist that they have. I just want to see if he can still manage to get anything above P5.
Big question. I hope يا رب يكون كلامي غلط بس I would swap Lewis Hamilton with Antonelli.
Really?
Yes.
You wouldn't swap him with George Russell?
No.
أنا صراحة أنا اليوم لابس مرسيدس أجان يعني بأيده لبوب.
Okay.
Yeah. Especially إنه يعني كما تدان being a die-hard Hamilton fan for the past 2 seasons, we used to just laugh about Ferrari stupid strategies وهلا عم ندوق السم اللي طبخناه يعني
I used to feel so bad for the
Yes.
fans. Now I am one of them. So
yes.
So Ferrari should be footing your therapy bills.
yes.
Yep.
Interesting. So I would actually switch. I want to say, okay, I have 2 and I'm not sure which one I would choose. So I would switch someone into Red Bull, obviously. I would either put Carlos Sainz in the second seat.
Yes.
Or, and hear me out, I would bring up Yuki into the second seat. I think truly he deserves it. And I would like to see if he could perform, because he has outperformed Liam Lawson, Daniel Ricciardo, and
Basically.
what's called Checo,
True.
all in the past year. So I personally think I would like to see Yuki in there to see if he has what's cut out for him.
I think we might see that maybe after summer if Liam Lawson keeps, underperforming. I think so.
Yeah, but who would they replace?
No, they would
Yuki
downgrade him.
Ooh.
He goes back to the team.
Yeah.
Just like they did with drivers
Gasly
before.
and
And
Daniel
Albon.
Kvyat, when Max Verstappen took a seat, and his wife and his daughter.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, how did you feel about the Australian Grand Prix?
Usually we got used to the season to start with a very nice and lovely race, calm, good weather. Maybe we would have an accident or something, but the chaos that happened in Australia يعني
Yeah, usually it would be Bahrain,
بس كان ضايل زلزال يعني يصير بالعالم.
حاجات, it was total chaos.
Yeah. You needed just like a wildfire, an earthquake, a tsunami. Hey, خلاص, you would have just covered all of your bases.
True.
I actually thought there wouldn't be a race. I thought it was gonna rain. They were gonna delay it for an hour, the usual. So that was fun to see. That okay, you guys complain that you want a rainy race. Go ahead. So
I'm not against rainy races.
yeah,
Like if we can survive Brazil, we
Yeah.
can survive Australia. Let's be real. Every year Brazil just rains.
exactly.
Yeah, but even constructors, they need the first race. يعرفوا كيف السيارات how they are performing شو عم بصير بالدنيا. ما عرف ولا ما حدا فهم شيء أصلاً.
Of course not. This was basically, it was like Mario Kart. In my personal opinion, this race was Mario Kart.
Yeah.
يعني بس ناقصهم, the little shell that you throw.
Yeah, they can throw it.
And because the banana peels were there, everyone was slipping and sliding. كان ملعب صابون. Well, you know what I mean?
Like what happened with the Piastri.
Yeah. Piastri was playing ملعب صابون. من هني لهني لهني.
Off
يلا.
circuit, on circuit, everywhere.
On the grass, يعني Piastri checked that the McLaren can drive on all forms.
Yep.
It can actually reverse on grass, so they really have
That
this
was
chip.
a very good thing out of him. It shows who he is as a driver.
And there's resilience.
Yes.
But he has it's the curse of the Aussie race, the Aussie hometown race.
Yeah.
It's very, very difficult for an Australian for some reason to win at their home circuit.
True.
And it was not only his home circuit, guys. Don't forget, it was also Jack Doohan, who was on his first race F1 ever. Look what happened to him. Haram. And he's such miskin. I felt so bad for him.
يعني مسكين بس
Especially because Alpine told him he
قد
has 6
Isaac.
races to prove himself.
مش قد ايزاك مسكين.
هلا حتعمل لها جلطه لنورا لانه ما كمان نفتح الموضوع هلا
اسحاق حجار
حرام ما
حبيب
نامت
قلبي.
ما
Oh,
راحت
yeah.
تنام
Oh, yeah.
بعد الصبح.
Like really, honestly, he broke my heart, and I think he broke everyone's heart.
Everyone's.
Like except Joe, because Joe doesn't have a heart, except for Lewis Hamilton. But everyone else, just their heart broke because you imagine the stress that you're under, and you're on a team with that you know that Adi, they tell you bye bye, here's the door.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Especially when you're not a European driver, or you're not bringing in tons of money, and then you're good to go. You know what I mean? But what's it called? Sorry, I saw something on the side. But I think he had just had so much pressure, and it hurt my heart when he crashed, and he started crying.
Yeah.
And Anthony Hamilton hugged
Yeah,
him.
this got to me. Okay, so you're saying I don't have a heart. This is like the
I wish-
best support system you can have.
I wish I recorded when you told me ما كان له داعي يبكي.
ايه ما بدها لا تخلص حالك يعني.
No,
كلهم
no.
بيكيو.
It's
I honestly
extremely,
think if he was driving in an F1 on his first race and that happened, Joseph would cry.
Man,
You
I would
know-
be crying before getting into the seat. Yeah.
By the way, even
I
if
cry
he
in my
is-
karting car.
even if he is a pro driver and do an accident in the formation lap, it's too emotional. For,
I mean, we see Stroll
for a
doing it all
driver.
the time.
Yuki did it too. Don't forget Yuki when he crashed also, and it happens. It happens, but also you have still water on the track, especially because the paint that they use in the Australian Grand Prix is very different to the paint that's used in other circuits. So it does hold a lot of water and it creates this kind of slippery effect where you خلاص just lose all traction.
Yeah, but doing it before starting your first ever F1 race.
Not even race, first lap.
Yeah, يعني هو ما بلش يعني.
حدا عطاه عين والله حدا عطاه عين.
Okay.
I hope that he just recovers from it and come back stronger.
I hope so.
I think the
later.
support he got from the fan base plus Hamilton, like his dad, I think he's gonna be more excited for the next race to prove everyone like this was just
And
a silly mistake.
This is hopefully going to be a dry race.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, but I think in
hopefully.
it's China,
China,
right?
it's
Yeah.
China. But yeah, Bastiani, also can you imagine how he felt? His hero, his lifetime hero's dad gave him a hug and like told him it's okay and you have a bright future. At that point, I would get back in the car and I'd win the Grand Prix.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm saying for China. That's يعني هذا الإحساس تبعه إنه خلص راح يروح all out. He's gonna be very focused on his race.
Yeah, you never know. It might.
He qualified very good for a
Yes.
rookie
Yes.
Exactly.
in an RB.
True.
Although the RBs are
But I
flying
think
this year.
they're performing this year.
The RB is
From
flying
the data
this
we
year.
saw, they are
I thought
actually
they just
doing
took the
better.
old Red Bull car.
Yeah, maybe. Because I think they had an agreement that they can use the old specs of the old RBs. Maybe not the previous one, but the one before. Certain parts, you know?
Yep.
But how did you feel? Who do you feel did well? Who didn't? Who impressed you?
Kimi.
Indeed.
Kimi.
Indeed.
To me, Kimi was the MVP.
11.
Really? You guys think Kimi was the MVP?
Yes.
No, Kimi is. It's his first F1 race.
And he's the youngest to score points. Second youngest driver.
Second youngest. Do not say youngest. Second
Yeah,
youngest.
I know.
Second youngest. 11 take over بالسباق او 11
صح.
طلعت. Yeah.
Positions gained.
11 positions gained.
Also, not
Wet race.
Look, I'm
Wet race.
not belittling
6
what he
people
does,
out.
but also like 6 people crashed out.
Exactly.
So that was a lot of points places
And he
that
actually
could go.
saved this car. He was about to crash.
I
Kimi.
remember that.
So كيمي غير انه 11 مركز طلع he managed to overtake a very nice overtake over Albon.
Albon. Although the
Yeah, that
FIA
was
did
nice.
try to penalize him
Amazing one.
until Baba Toto
Oh,
came.
وكمان يعني ما تنسى إنه people who lost control who smashed the wall. We are speaking about Sainz. We are speaking about Alonso.
So they're not rookies.
It happens to everyone, بالعكس.
Yeah, they are pros who smashed the walls while Kimi was like just flying and
Was he the only rookie that made it out that day? Yeah, I think so.
made it out.
Yeah, because
No, Oli Behrman did it.
On
oh
points.
yeah, I forgot about him.
Maybe
On points, yes.
Yeah.
Honestly, Ollie Behrman he just had a crappy weekend. Honestly,
Yeah.
he had a rough weekend.
Yeah, they had a rough start, Haas in general.
True,
But I'm
true.
sure they're
They
gonna
always
go
have a
back.
rough start, and then they just surprised everyone,
Exactly.
just like last year.
Hulkenberg scored points.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really hope, honestly, I see Hulkenberg on a podium this year. I know it's a stretch because it's a stake, but then again, we saw a double Alpine podium last year, so
Yeah, it
it
might
could
happen.
I would love to see Nico. I like that. I feel like he would retire after just getting a podium. That's it. He's done.
Yeah, I think so.
Like he's gonna pull a Rosberg. You know what I mean? I'm done, but not for a championship, just for a podium. He's like, bye.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'd love to see him on a podium. Look, I think Hulkenberg has still so much to give the sport.
Yeah. This race was, I don't know. It's أحلام العصر.
والله. It doesn't really reflect.
Stroll P6.
Stroll made. So this is where you see that it wasn't like an actual race where it shows all respect to
Then
Stroll.
how are you saying Kimi did a master class or is an MVP, but you're saying, oh, but Stroll making it into the points, that's a little
Yeah, but-
تناقض.
okay,
that's
but
a
Stroll-
bit of تناقض.
لا سترول ما عمل هالبوزيشنز وما عمل هالسبق. He just got lucky. وتاني شيء بين الفرق بين
But you
P4.
could argue the same thing for
No,
Kimi.
but the difference between a P4, this is what people don't understand. The difference between a P4 and a P6 وده يكون في 40 ثانية 50 ثانية. This is a huge difference. I cannot put them in the same league. اليوم سترول مين عم يقطع سترول؟
Okay, so
شو عمل؟
but then you have Mercedes, you have what's his name, Hamilton and Leclerc.
Okay.
Leclerc. I can't even. French people don't hate me, please. Who are P10 and P8.
Okay, okay. If you want to talk about Ferrari, they messed up the strategy, or else they would have been third and fourth.
Okay,
Just to be
and
fair.
but you can't say one driver is luck and the others are all skill. At the end of the day, you can't just put that out there because we don't like a certain driver or the majority of people don't like a certain driver. This is how it is. Unfortunately, take out the fact that his dad owns the team. He's not the worst driver on the grid.
No, not the worst.
He's
Not the worst.
Because he wouldn't have made it in before his dad bought a team.
Yeah, it's not the worst, but when your teammate
because-
is always outscoring
Oh, yeah,
you
of course, but-
big time,
Yeah.
then there's a problem.
Hey,
You guys have the same
I
car.
completely agree with you on that sense. But then we're gonna have to put that idea on every second driver who's being outscored.
Yeah, but here it's different because it's his dad.
But
we might
his
say
dad
that
is
second
not-
drivers are getting less cars, but in this
Okay.
case he's not.
But
I'm
how
sure
do
his
you
dad
know?
wouldn't agree.
How do you know that?
Because I'm sure his dad wouldn't agree to
But
give
then
him.
again, we can't make an assumption like that. Just because we would do that for our kids, but it doesn't mean everyone knows Alonso is lead driver. When it comes down to it, Aston Martin, Lawrence Stroll said, "What do you need, Alonso, to make this team to bring it back to its glory?" Right? So
Correct.
Alonso is technically lead driver. Maybe he's getting not as less of a car as other secondary drivers, but he's not the lead driver. So the car isn't made for him like it is for Alonso or Max or back in the day before Sainz. We don't know now. But with Ferrari, lead driver is always going to have the upper hand on that. And Haram, I'm not like the biggest Stroll fan, but I really dislike the discourse about just because his dad bought a team. Then at the end of the day, if we all had the ability to and our kid had a dream, I think every single one of us would do the same thing.
But the same thing
course.
happened with Mick Schumacher. He
What?
wasn't up to the expectation of people.
But his dad didn't own
He
a
had
team.
to leave. But his dad is way bigger than someone who owns
but
a team.
Is his dad at the end of the day, if you bought a Formula One team, and let's not say he bought his son a Formula One team because he probably also saw his son was in F1 before, so he probably saw an investment opportunity. Then to be the owner of Aston Martin, that's one hell of a portfolio to have.
Exactly.
So for you to say, okay, he bought the team, now I assume he doesn't want to show his son favoritism. So yes, the contract, of course, I'm not going to cut my own son, but I'm not going to give him all the benefits that everyone assumes I'm giving him. Then I do feel like he started to dislike the sport just because of that discourse of, oh my God, I hate him because he's rich.
No, not hating him because he's rich. You have everything. It's time for you to prove yourself. Because don't forget that there's only 20 drivers in the whole world. Don't you think, I'm not gonna be focused بس على Stroll, but other drivers, don't you think it's time for some of them sometimes to leave and give the younger generation a chance? Some people might become the next Max Verstappen, the next Lewis Hamilton, and actually benefit their own families, aka Lewis Hamilton. You know, his dad used to pull up 3 jobs. This is what I'm saying. Sometimes we need a little bit of luck, but you need to have some room for that. So Stroll, what has he been doing for the past 6-7 years?
But also, I just think they haven't had a good enough car.
Okay,
Which we'll see.
I disagree.
We'll see with the new specs. We'll see. Because Alonso last year, do you remember Alonso was like
The year before, he
the
got
year before,
3,
when-
4, 5 P3s.
and then the car just fell off.
Yeah, but even in that 6 months, Stroll was P16. This is what I'm saying. Same to any other driver.
I honestly maybe believe he might have. I don't know. I can't say this, but he might have just lost the passion for it.
Maybe.
Because you get to that point where when
Becomes like a job.
كرهوك في something you love because of how much like you're just this one topic is the only conversation they have about you. You know what I mean? It becomes like just you're done. You're done with the
Yeah, you're just here to do a job and leave. That's it.
Can
I'm
I
here to-
interfere?
Yes.
of course.
Let's wrap this up with a
Okay.
question. Noor, is it fair that in the 2025 lineup,
Okay.
Stroll is a driver and Portilito is sitting at home? His dad money works.
At the end of the day, dad's
Yeah,
money's.
yeah.
This is
What about
Formula,
Colapinto?
guys. This is Formula One. If
Exact-
your dad doesn't have money, you're very rarely gonna get in.
I meant to say, I said
Yeah,
the wrong name,
Colapinto.
Colapinto.
In my
Colapinto.
opinion,
Yeah.
he's a way better
Colapinto's a
driver.
reserve right now. At the end of the day, listen, if Aston Martin wanted him, they would have brought him in as a reserve also.
Yeah.
Alpine wanted him. And we're playing a what-if game at the end of the day. But Colapinto's waiting. He's like, to Jack Doohan every time he sees him, like. And so, yeah, who do you think had the best weekend?
Lando.
Lando.
Let's go, Lando.
Guys, by the way, I'm the first in our league. So join our fantasy league.
Oh, yes. Oh, wait, are you the first now?
Yes, Team Lando.
Nice. Am I still third or second?
Second.
Nice. Where are you?
He didn't
I'm
join.
not drunk.
Oh my god. Okay, who do you think had the worst weekend?
Piastri. I actually feel bad for him. Forget your
agree.
emotions for your little teddy bear. It's Hawk. But Piastri actually was performing so well.
Okay, what do you think was the wildest moment of the Australian Grand Prix?
Wildest moment. For me, the wildest moment and the saddest moment as well when Sainz smashed the wall. He had something to prove at that race, and unfortunately, it got postponed until China.
My wildest moment, the last overtake of Piastri on Hamilton. That was insane. It was the same corner that he went off, and he still managed to do that.
So,
I think Piastri's on fire. Piastri's like
but-
Mark Webber.
by the way, Piastri was faster than Lando, and he got a team order to hold position.
Yeah, but they wanted only, to make sure all the strategy is correct and then fight because it's a risky race,
This
You wanna
is
bring
the
2 cars
American business style.
Yeah, but you want to bring 2
Zach
cars
Brown
on.
want to do some American.
But you guys noticed
business
that
school.
he actually, this leads us into our second topic. How did you guys like Drive to Survive?
I think it's too fake, honestly, as a racing fan, But it was fun to watch, nevertheless, because, after this 3 months break, you forget some little details.
And it hypes you up.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it's too dramatic, don't you think?
Yeah, it is too dramatic, but there are some stuff that it's good that we can see what's happening behind the scene of
Yes.
Formula One, because Formula One definitely has a very dark side, and having a closer look at that side is something I like, to be honest. Yani, I really enjoy how people would really hate Liam Lawson more now because of Drive to Survive. I would enjoy that.
Some people actually liked him.
No,
Because of
I
that.
don't think so, and I'm really waiting.
Max fans like him.
I believe
Yeah.
that
They want someone as aggressive as Max. Red Bull, they want constructors.
Which Max fan told you that? As a Max fan, I don't claim them.
Max is aggressive, but this guy is like,
Pure ego.
it's
Head
not
on,
ego.
head
He's
on.
rude and
Although again, I don't agree with a lot of what he says.
Yeah, but the way they showed it.
but see, I'm really waiting
new
for. أنا عن جد مستني ريس مكسيكو.
Oof.
يا رب يكون ليام لوسون هناك. أنا متأكد إنه كل المشجعين راح يعني كل واحد راح يدخل على الحلبة وبيده صندوق بندورة يبلش يرمي.
I don't even honestly. I don't even think they'll even let him in to the country. He's probably gonna get stopped. You know what I mean?
يمكن يا
هيجيبوا ريزيرف درايفر يسوق عنه.
No. He's not gonna make it through the borders. You know, he's gonna be told, "Nah, come with us."
Yeah, I saw these memes where they said like, Checo, take care of your wife.
But see, this is the thing, Yanni, what you were saying where you were like, you don't like Drive to Survive, you do. Do you feel like it's hurt the image of F1 because it's kind of become very staged? So you see how you're saying like Liam is now the villain. Okay, why is Liam the new villain? Is because you can't paint Max to be the villain anymore because Max honestly has calmed down. Even though this season they did try to paint him to be this
And people
villain
are bored.
again.
They want to change.
But not just Max's PR online has changed a lot because he, after winning the championships, he's chilled out. He's becoming a dad. He just sim races. He likes cats. Like, what do you mean? And he has a lot of childhood trauma that he thinks is very normal.
Yeah, exactly.
So a lot of people just are like, oh, he's not as bad as we thought.
Yeah.
He's just dry. Like, when he talks, he's
not like
he's Dutch.
he's not like as expressive as
He
others.
is dry. He is not abusive or disrespectful when it comes to Max Verstappen. Plus, he is a multiple world champion.
You can have that attitude when you win 4 or 5 world championships.
Plus, he is Max Verstappen.
He's coming for the 5th.
So, يعني he can cross some lines بس أنت يعني درايفر بالحظ دخلت على ألفا تاوري فيزا كاش اب.
There are 100 names.
Yeah.
RB.
Listen, at this point, we just Alpha Tauri.
Alpha Tauri.
Yeah, every time someone asks me, I just say Alpha Tauri. I'm so used to that name.
Yeah.
It feels more natural.
It's just khalas, we're used to it. Or even Toro Rosso.
Oh, that was a nice name.
Yeah.
Like, I think that was still the best name they had.
True.
In my personal opinion. But, so you feel like it's become Netflix has made it very staged.
Yeah, it's like Kim Kardashian reality show. It's not like that,
It's scripted.
Yeah.
But it brought so much money to the industry. Lots of fans. Lots of fans. Drivers got way richer than they used to be. And yeah, lots of money.
I have a question for you guys because that literally, this was something that I wanted to say and you brought this in. You said Drive to Survive brought more fans.
Yes.
Do you think there's been a divide between the people who became fans post Drive to Survive and the people who are fans pre-Drive to Survive?
Yes. I call them Drive to Survive fans.
Me too.
Don't you think that's a little unfair? Look, I make fun of them too, by the way, but like...
برأيي يعني ما نكون عم نظلم حدا. اليوم Drive to Survive fans بيبينوا. ما عندي مشكلة واحد يستكشف a sport through a lot of people.
Like Match
They know
Point.
anything about Michael Jordan when they watch his series on Netflix. They actually research. But don't take what you see and come fight people in the comment section And people who've been watching Formula One for 10, 15 years, some people have watched it with their dads. Like their dads watch Formula One. Don't come from some 40-minute episode, paint this picture of yours and come fight people over it.
It's, what's funny is that in our last video, because of my little comment that I made and I posted, a lot of people called me a Drive to Survive fan when I've been watching for over a decade now. Way before Drive to Survive came out. And let's be real, I hate saying this, but as a girl, doesn't it seem like I know more about Formula One than most guys? I do.
Yep.
I do. I've been watching the sport. I've been surrounded by it. I work in it.
Yes.
But also there's that discourse that and I want to talk about me as a girl. I get, oh, she's a girl. She only watches it because of the drivers. Oh, she's a girl. She probably knows nothing about the mechanics. And this is what you get from guys who hate the fact that there are women watching the sport and now know and content create and do.
True.
And then they just assume you only know because of Drive to Survive. But like, come on.
Ask me.
Ask me anything.
Exactly. Let's debate with knowledge.
And
can you keep up?
Exactly. The kind of Drive to Survive fans that we have seen maybe on the grandstand or on the F1 races, okay, people doesn't know like who's Michael Schumacher, let's say. They don't know who's that guy.
My
They
grandmother knows who Michael Schumacher is.
Lando, Max.
My first exposure to F1 was my dad telling me to get Schumacher.
Exactly. We've been raised with that name.
Yeah. But there are some people that really doesn't know who is Senna, who is many names. They just don't know who are that. They got maybe a crush on one of the and
see, I don't like that. She had a crush or whatever. Okay, we can admire one. It doesn't mean that I'm not as good as you as a fan just because I don't know. We'll separate them to be casual fans versus hardcore fans. Like you could say Drive to Survive fans are casual fans because they watch it for the fun, the drama, the whatever. They're not like intensely attached to a certain team.
Or like they would wake up at 5 a.m. to watch a race.
Yeah. Although you have then fans like us who wake up at 3, 4 a.m. to watch a race or don't miss a quali or whatever it is. Let's be real. We've all been in positions where we've watched a race or a quali in like somewhere you couldn't. Like, khalas, but you had to make it happen.
I did it in a wedding.
Oh my God, no way.
And it was a good friend of mine.
Yeah,
but I had to watch the quali. I was
I
stressed.
did it at a milcha. And the Maris was watching with me.
I even did that with the practice session because I wanted to see how a car performs.
Oh, that's so funny. No. Listen, practice sessions, I won't always I'll follow along on the live updates.
Yeah.
But I won't if I'm in an important event. But I actually once in my corporate job, I booked myself, I can't remember which GP it was, but I booked myself out on Outlook so that as if I had a meeting, and I booked a meeting room and I closed the door and I watched the race by myself, and then I told one of my colleagues to come, so I booked them in as well, and I told them to come and we watched it together on my laptop.
Yeah.
We've all been guilty of that, watching in the parking.
Oh my God.
at
a meeting room.
Yeah, but the first 30 minutes are important. You don't want anyone calling you, anyone telling you to do anything.
So I'm coming in late today.
Yeah, sorry. Just 30 minutes.
But I actually did want to ask you guys, do you have any bold Drive to Survive opinions? Things that are like a little out there or strong?
Danny Ricciardo episode. I just don't want the same to happen with Lewis Hamilton.
Oh, because they did not give him a good send-off at all.
Yes.
They didn't give a lot of drivers, Kevin Magnussen.
You mean with Ferrari?
No. The way that they said, did you watch it? You watched it, obviously, the episode where Danny left and he just said, arrivederci. I'm sorry. This is Daniel Ricciardo. He's been with them for 7 seasons.
But I think Bob meant that he doesn't want the same career path that happened with Daniel.
Yeah.
This overhype.
Career spark was killed because he was unlucky.
Who, Danny?
Yes.
No, Danny just
No, he
made,
was.
No, Danny made all the wrong choices.
Yeah,
I love
he,
Danny.
he shouldn't have left McLaren. To
He
be
shouldn't
fair,
have left Red Bull. Period.
it was intense. You know, we can't blame him for that.
It was intense. Someone once said, Daniel Ricciardo is the Neymar of F1. He made all the wrong career moves.
Yeah.
And that is very true. Because he couldn't stand the whole Max was becoming the superstar. And I get it, you're threatened. But he went to Renault, McLaren, and just his entire career went and haram. But it's just because he couldn't deal. I think just خلاص Max got into his head too much in every team. It was just there. You're not good enough. And he said it. He talks about how his mental health really did decline.
Yeah, so it's the mix of wrong decisions versus being unlucky. What happened to him with again AlphaTauri at that
Yes.
time, and how bad things were, and what really touched me when he said that at the age of 32 he think about his safety more than he used to be on his 20s.
Yeah, I think that's what differentiates. Maybe I fear that maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe Lewis now is not as aggressive as he should be. I know he's a very, you know, like driver بفكر. يعني when he fought,
Methodical.
Yeah, like when he fought Max, he wasn't going all aggressive out of for nothing يعني. بس بحس أوقات he's like hesitant.
بيحسبها صار يحسبها.
ونفس الشيء نحن بنحسه back in the days when we were kids ما كان نحسه بشيء.
Oh,
just
of course
going full throttle in anything in life. Now بنفكر مرتين.
I felt that. I think, which one of you did I say that to? About Max. I felt like that. Was it you?
No.
I think so. When I said, I felt like Max, because you know Max, if he really wanted to, he would have gone for Lando like he did last year.
Yeah.
But I felt like with age and also with the fact that, let's say, he's becoming a dad.
But I think it's wisdom also.
It's wisdom, age, wisdom, and becoming a dad. Like Alonso, when he said, I knew he was going to break, he has a wife and kids at home.
Exactly.
True.
When you become wiser and older and your life starts to develop
And the
change,
responsibilities, yeah.
you
But I
start
think
to-
Lewis Hamilton would do the same because what he said in that, you know, like the magazine, and he said that I don't have a family, like a wife or kids or whatever. Maybe he meant that he's so focused on winning, but I think it's still there in the back of his mind that, you know, I gave my parents everything. Everyone is settled for life. Let me try and finish my book, you know, and just go for it.
العمر له
صح.
له وضعه at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
of course.
بس أنا عندي opinion يمكن كثير عالم تكون ضده.
Let's hear it.
بس هو it's for fun sake. What if هلا you know pit stops are very أو strategies صاروا واضحين يعني حتى أفان اليوم صار يعرف شو معقول يصير بعد شوي إنه it's time to pit أو undertake overtake. بس what if we bring an element that shakes everything اللي هو refueling the cars.
Oh my God! And then Max catches fire like his dad.
مش يمكن بهالكوانتيتي أو بهالأسلوب بس at least بيصيروا التيمز they have to do more things that are إنه tougher يعني عرفت بتغير شوي الشفل مش إنه يلا أنا أوكي شتت بعمل overtake undertake يلا move on.
Yeah.
I know it's much more complicated than that.
Yeah,
but
شكرا for the clarification.
But he's right. That would be, that adds an element of surprise. Because what if one team decides to refuel? What if one team doesn't? Like this is the element of surprise that comes in now.
If they have enough fuel to manage the whole race, why would they refuel?
no ما هن بيصيروا يحطوا ليميت أقل. ما بعرف just an opinion I don't know. بس we need something.
I think I understand what you mean. And it's something to just surprise you.
يعني مش تكون
create-
واضحة بقى.
هيك صارت جيم literally صارت جيم يعني.
Mario
ما-
Kart.
ب-
Mario Kart is literally just like
بفورمولا
modeled
Exactly.
after it.
بفورمولا إيه عم
ضلت تقول
يعملوا
لي حطوا بوكسز بتدعم البوكس بيطلع لك
بفورمولا إيه بفوت.
I wouldn't be against it, honestly.
It's like booster.
Imagine seeing like Alonso take it to
he's
me.
laughing بس really in فورمولا إيه بتفوت بتشيك بوست بالسيارة وبتشاب بتطلع
Yeah.
وبتكون multiplied.
And
Formula
it's boring.
E is what Mario Kart. Oh my God, you guys! I need to. I don't know. Like we need to make this happen. I need to get in a Formula E car.
يعني see Mr. Beast drove this car ما بعرف مين اللي
Draco
لعب فوتبول.
Malfoy. Did you see?
Yeah. يعني لهالدرجة وصلوا they are marketing it.
طب هلا عندي
لهالدرجة
سؤال
boring.
أنا لإلكم إذا عملوا ريفرس جريد مين بيربح؟ maybe يربح.
I love the idea of a reverse
بس
grid.
مين بيربح؟
For let's say a sprint race or for
يشيلوا
quali.
سبرنت ريس يعملوا ريفرس.
Oof. But no, but like a reverse grid sprint.
ايه انه ما يكون سبرنت هذا العادي because in my opinion it's
And
useless.
I think a reverse sprint would be so much fun.
Yeah.
مين بتقول بيربح؟
Stroll.
هلا بوب بليز لو سمحت مش اذا بيو اشترى فريق يعني خلص لو سمحت هي لوست
يا
باشن
إلهي.
هي لوست باشن
يا الله.
اكيد انا ما عم بنتقد هو اكيد احسن از
for
درايفر
being so mean.
از درايفر هو اكيد احسن مني ومنك يعني ما اختلفنا عليها بس از درايفر بهيدي الاليت كاتيجوري غير شغل ما بركي يعني صير غير دواليب بيت ستوب مثلا اقعد حتبيك.
اوكي اذا المستمعين سمعوا صوت انفجار فهذا الباور بانك تبعنا
هذا البيت ستوب اللي عم تعمله نور.
يا هاي السربرايزز اللي بدنا اياها بالريس.
Okay, so I have another question for you guys.
يلا.
What if we banned DRS from F1? What do you think would have
لا
happened?
بلا 2026 يمكن يعملوا
Officially? Has it
overtake
officially
X, Y ما
happened?
بعرف شو
Yeah,
ممكن
it
حكوا
might be
بشيء
a
هيك.
حكوا بس I'm saying
uh,
what if it happened? How do you think? How do you guys feel?
Then I think it's gonna be the who has the strongest engine would win.
Yeah, it's all about quali.
Because remember Max?
It will end up that it's all about
2022
quali.
Max was able to keep up with everyone without DRS. He would
True.
overtake 10 people no DRS يعني انه he's already getting too close to them.
True.
I don't think I think with these regulations 2026 if they make the cars somehow able to compete with each other and highlight more the driver capability rather than the manufacturer او aerodynamic engineer يعني تكون اكثر oriented towards the driver اللي قاعد بالسيت then I don't think they would need DRS you know become who is doing the better racing lines who is faster who has the better technique who can trail brake the best way
Yeah, but
etc.
being realistic, it's
ما راح
the
تصير.
sport
إيه.
is all about the complete
صح it's a team
package,
sport يعني
overall. بس I think we will lose interest بكتير races يعني we will have multiple Monaco race each and every season.
هو already بأستراليا they added one more DRS section
Yeah,
sector. And they had to because cars were not able to keep up with each other. حتى I don't know if it's the first time if I remember correctly. This race they actually enabled the DRS. Usually in wet races they never do. Like even if they do it and then they crash again, they don't enable it again. But this race we had DRS. This is how Max caught up to Lando.
Yeah.
Yep.
But unpopular F1 opinions. You remember this segment? Did you guys? Well, you did already say one, which was what if they brought back refueling? But do you guys have any other unpopular F1 opinions? Listen, I put mine out last time, and look what happened to me. So now it's your turn.
I think
شو دو
أنا برأيي أنا بدي أجرم أنا بدي هالسيزون تكون بس دمار كيمي outperforms راسل
Yeah.
هاي بدي إياه
I can
أنا
see
بدي
it.
دمار ليام لوسن بدي إياه يكون P19 يوكي خامس سادس لو أخذ محل هاملتون ما عندي مشكلة يعني بدي I want this chaos in this season especially that we're going into next new regulations.
I want the chaos of Carlos Sainz up there.
I'm scared of that
Why?
because I'm a Lewis fan and if he outperforms Lewis
No, but like that's the thing.
It's gonna
What
be
if he
bad.
No,
outperforms
good
Charles,
for him.
but doesn't outperform Lewis?
and
But like I want to see the full potential of Carlos Sainz, and I think Williams can give him that.
I am 100% sure that it will happen this season. Carlos this season is I know easy guy.
بس نحن we've seen many times in seasons where Williams they have strong races but the remainings aren't that strong
But they were always like one strong driver and a Logan Sargent, or one strong driver and
Exactly.
yeah and especially that
وحتى the strong driver like
Albonno is I would consider Albonno to be a good driver. The man knows how to put his elbows out and defend.
Yeah, it's hard when you're pushing a car
good
that
driver,
doesn't go.
but he's not Carlos Sainz.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Don't forget that Carlos Sainz, he was the one who made the decision for Albon to pit.
He strategized all
Yes.
of it. Yeah, this is what I think a lot of people don't realize, and a lot of people in the comments that hated on me. Carlos Sainz, when I say he's a full package driver, the man thinks for the whole team.
Exactly.
Like he does a full, and I think that also comes from being around his father so much that he like learned very young how to create strategy, especially being on a team that isn't known for their strategy. Love them and everything, but they aren't the best strategy team.
Yes.
Example this weekend, but he knows, he thinks for everyone. Yani, it's like he's playing chess.
True.
You know what I mean? He has just like that brain that computes the next 10 steps. And that is a very big value to have in a driver.
True.
More than anything else, skill, but strategy.
Even in Ferrari, he used to debate strategies a lot.
Exactly.
He was the only one that told them no.
صح.
No.
True.
Taban, I have an interesting question for you both.
Ooh.
Actually, 2 questions.
Shoot it.
First question. Let's go back in history and imagine for a second that Lewis doesn't go to Mercedes.
And he stayed with McLaren.
Who would be Lewis today? And with what? Give me one scenario.
It depends وين راح يكون راح.
انت تخيل قل لي وين شو كان صار.
I think he would be having less 1 or 2 world champions.
Would he be like Alonso?
Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah.
I feel like he would have been the Alonso. Because it was a good partnership. It wasn't just Lewis. It wasn't just the car. It was the marriage between Lewis, the car, and Toto.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Toto was also a big part of this. Like 12 years of that partnership created all of it. It's like it would just everything married at the perfect
Yeah,
time.
it's the longest partnership, by the way.
Yeah.
In F1 history.
So if he didn't join Mercedes, I don't think he would. Not saying, oh, it was Mercedes, but I think he wouldn't have as many world championships because that magical pairing wouldn't have happened.
I think maybe he wouldn't have even been racing till 40.
Yeah, maybe.
Like he would have retired way before
Like
went into fashion
Vettel,
or something. You
like
know,
Vettel. Alonso retired how many times now?
Yeah, exactly.
He probably would have been Alonso. Retired, came back, retired, came back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but overall, it was the complete thing. Lewis Hamilton is Lewis Hamilton. The car is the mega Mercedes, and Mercedes strategy. It's on fire until the day.
Noor, what if Toto Wolff signed Max when Lewis was there? What if? Maybe.
What if that happened?
Let's say like after 2021, Red Bull suddenly wasn't performing. 2022, he was able to sign him for some agreement.
I feel it wouldn't be Mercedes part 2 لأن there's a very big difference في فرق بين Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton's relationship versus Max and Lewis. I think what would have happened was it actually could have been a Mercedes in the sense that we're competing in the same machinery but with less emotion because obviously Nico and Lewis grew up together. عشرة عمر عيش وملح. They were brothers, literally blood brothers. So that created that. So there would be less emotion and it would be more methodical.
But I'm talking post 2021.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It would have been methodical because now it's each one wants to prove themselves in equal machinery.
Who would perform?
I can't say who would perform, honestly. I want to say, well, oh, Lewis would have or Max would have. But the way that the car was in 2022,
Yeah. What do you think?
neither of them. George Russell would have won.
Yeah, but both ways, I think Lewis would have overperformed than Max لأنه لا تنسى إنه هلا هم they are both first drivers. المرسيدس was designed على the driving style تبع Hamilton, while Max's driving style and car is like completely complicated. It's so complicated لدرجة إنه أنت هلا عم بتشوف السكند drivers تبعون Red Bull, they are always struggling to keep up with this car.
صح.
It's
وبنشوف فرق كبير يعني.
Exactly, and Max is still in the go-kart era. Like each and every small adjustment. If you look at the onboard of the rest of the drivers, yeah, they are driving, but Max is still. If you look at the steering,
It's very
wheel,
chill, relaxed.
it's still a go-kart. Small changes. So, yeah, two completely driving styles. Both are great drivers for me.
Both of them have I feel have this. It's like they're connected to the car. Well, Lewis not so much in the past couple of years, but you saw kind of that degradation with the car and with the relationship also with Mercedes. But تحس إن لما تشوف Max يسوق, especially when the top shot, it's like this smoothness, like they become one. And that's what we saw with Lewis in his golden era, you know what I mean? You saw Ayrton Senna, Mike Schumacher, they become one with the car. And it's like they could drive it with their eyes closed. Like they transcend it, which Ayrton Senna even talked about how at some point when he would drive, he would literally just transcend. Khalas, it's automatic. The body is
he
just
was so
taking
close
over.
to lapping his teammate. So he lapped all the grid and now he's coming back to Brazil.
Yeah, these drivers know how to go to the very, very last limit of the car and the performance. It's the peak of performance that they reach.
Like they don't just drive a car; they understand a car as if it's their own body. Like
Exactly.
They work on that car. Like Yani, look at this Lego. They take it apart. They know each part and why it's important and how.
they can see it.
Yeah, visualization, which is something not very many people have that ability. They're like F1 geniuses, you know what I mean?
It's a talent.
They're driver geniuses because that's what you see when people look at a computer and they could just like visualize it in their head. But guys, on to the last part of this episode because we got to make sure to leave them wanting more.
Exactly.
True.
China, how do we feel?
I hope it's not rainy.
I think last year was cancelled,
No.
or the year before was cancelled for rain.
No, last year was there. Remember
Something happened in China.
when it was Joe Guan
والله صار شيء يمكن كرمال
No,
كورونا.
last year, no.
مش
Last
كورونا
year,
قبل.
it was when Joe Guan Yu was on the grid and then he cried.
صح.
When he cried because he was driving in China.
So.
And he said this might be my last year driving in Formula 1 to drive in my home race and be the only Chinese driver. Come on. I cried.
You
Good
pick the
one.
teddy bears off the grid and you cry.
No, I didn't really have that strong of an emotion towards him. But like I would cry. Like imagine being the only ever, let's say, Lebanese Formula 1 driver and you got to drive in Lebanon. You'd have a breakdown. That would be like, and you have an entire country there cheering you on.
Imagine crashing on the formation lap.
What Noor just said رح نقطع هذا المشهد ونبعته للعالم اللي قالوا لها إنه she is a drive to survive fan. Good one, Noor, that you remember exactly what happened last year in China Grand Prix.
I also remember a lot of races, so if you guys want to test me.
Fan?
No, you're not.
Well, I forgot about China.
I'm an old man with a bad memory. You're still young, but
Okay, so how do we feel about China? What are we thinking? Give me your predictions.
Yeah, predictions.
And I'm going to write them down.
Show top 3.
Top 3. I'm writing this down for you guys.
1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10.
Ooh. 1, 2, 3,
8, 9, 10.
8, 9, 10. Wow. خلاص, just give me the whole one. And then Joe, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And then I'll put my own. So, guys, tell me yours. Go.
Piastri.
Ooh, are we starting one down?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, nice. Next.
Max Verstappen.
والله كنت جاي أقول هيك. Third is
Lando.
Same.
Okay, nice. P8.
P8. Tsunoda.
No, actually, you know what? You go.
Tsunoda.
Give me your top 1, 2, 3.
Same? هو ذاته.
Okay, nice. So you would say Tsunoda?
Yes. 9.
Nice.
9.
Raheem, do you want to give me an 8?
بحس ساين.
No, Science, I think he's in the middle. 8, I think, will be Stroll.
انت بتحب ستروم هذيك السنه انا بعرف. هذيك السنه كانوا يحطوا واتش جي بي يعملوا التريفيا سترول الا ما تصيب شي مره.
But what do you mean? He would never ever. He doesn't get tickets. He's one of the founders.
هو
Okay.
كان عم فكر فيها ما حدا رح يحذرها انه سترول.
So many people would get Stroll and so many people got it right. Okay.
انا يوكي اسحاق
Nice. I agree.
10 هولكنبرغ
Where are you putting the rest of the drivers?
بالنص واخر شيء تحت
Tara, there's only 5 between those. Okay, you.
لويس لوكلير.
I'll go Isaac
Kimmy
on,
and George. تنسيق في كتير. He forgot all of them. He put the midfielders at 10. يلا.
Albon
Okay.
and hopefully Isaac. Ishaq.
Okay, mine would be...
Yeah, yours, please.
هات لنشوف يا ميدفيلدر.
I actually agree with your top 3.
اوكي.
I do. I think Piastri, Max, Lando. And then my 8, 9, 10, I want to put 8 Alonso.
اوكي.
Sainz, Yuki.
كيمي راسل لوكلير وين؟
They're in the middle.
إن شاء الله ديكلير بس ما يكون برا التوب 10.
ما انا كده احط لويس بي 9 بس I'm not gonna jinx
You're not
it.
you're not gonna insult him like that.
Yeah.
Okay, بس قبل ما نخلص هذا السكشن, one name that would mess the whole thing up.
Oh, like the person who would DNF or
No, the person that would change الحسبة هاي كلها.
انه يعمل حادث يعني يخرب الدنيا.
No, he might be P1 ويغير
انه يجي حدا
الطبخة.
سربرايز. فهمت
yeah.
ايه.
oh, like an unexpected podium.
Yes,
Unexpected podium or unexpected win.
Unexpected podium or
Podium.
win, or someone will be like انت من وين
So your
اجيت؟
unexpected podium, you're up. Yalla, you're up. Give us your up.
I'm not gonna say Lewis بس لوكلير. Because it's still
Okay.
the second race.
Okay.
نور.
You go first. I'm writing down.
كيمي.
Okay, we're stretching it هلا.
We're really stretching
If that happens, I'm gonna call Toto. قال له بوس ايدك في زلمه عمره 40 سنه. استرو ورجعه. وشيل راسل حطه في فيراري.
it. Are you gonna pull a Zach Brown and get it tattooed?
والله. حلو اللوف ستوري هاي كمان. ليه بنقول لانه يجيبها وين بفيراري؟ يجيبها بمرسيدس الثامنه مش مشكله يرجعه. بوس ايده. You know Toto, right? وصلنا لعنده.
You made me مرة واحدة. I know Toto. يلا.
انه يعني
I
بتوصلين.
won't say no. I won't say no. Like manifest that I know Toto. You know what I mean? But my unexpected podium. My up.
اسحاق.
No.
Science.
Lewis.
Oh wow.
Okay. I don't mind. I don't mind.
Of course I don't mind, بس احنا على فكرة ما بعرف ليش احنا لويس فانز كتير.
You're setting the bar low so that you don't get heartbroken.
صرنا 4 سنين متعذب والله.
يا بس حتى امالنا بهذا السيزون
شوف،
تدمرت.
في كتير
قد ما
فانز.
الميديا يعني طبلوا وزمروا قبل ما
This
يبلش
is the problem with
السيزون.
overhyping things.
مش معقول.
هن فراري صراحة كتير ولعوها زيادة. أنا عتلان هم إنه خي أوكي لويس is the go to كل شيء، بس كل شيء له مش رح أقول مثل هذيك الكلمة shelf life، بس الرياكشن تايم بيتغير. ممكن ما يكون رياكشن تايم، بس يمكن السيفتي مثل ما أنت قلت يمكن عم يفكر مرتين، يمكن عن جد ما عم يفهم للسيارة.
هلا ريجاردلس كمية التطبيل اللي صار، يعني كان ضايل يفتح الباب الأحمر ويطلع بيحكي إيطالي لويس هاملتون. يعني
والله.
مش معقول هالقد، يعني كتير ضخموا الموضوع على أساس إنه هم
Because
عندهم
no,
rocket
but
ship.
wait. You
لا،
have
بس-
two legends and you put them together. Of course, one financially, it's so smart for them to really push this because Lewis Hamilton is now the highest paid Formula One driver.
وعملوا مصاري منه.
عملوا
Shares
خلص.
They did.
طبعاً.
And don't also forget that one of his companies is now a sponsor for Ferrari. his new non-alcoholic
Almave.
Almave. That's what I was gonna call it, agave. Almave, yeah. It's a non-alcoholic tequila or something like that. Something like that. And it's all about Zen and stuff. But now it's a sponsor for Ferrari. That's bringing in money. That's bringing in, basically, it's funneling in money into his salary as well. But the name brings in money.
صح.
His name brings in. So of course, if I'm a business and I'm about to sign something huge or do something huge, I am gonna blow it up because that is what is expected. Aslan, if they didn't, the entire world would be like, why wouldn't you hype up the fact
حتى
that
هو لويس كان حيستغرب انه
because he saw that with a brand like Mercedes. That's also, let's be real, it's Mercedes. It's the brand that, again, a lot of people are going to dislike this, but financially outranks every other car company on the grid.
حتى الفيروال تبعه مرسيدس كان كتير ضخم فأقل شيء يكون ويلكمينج تبعه ايكول إذا مش أكتر.
That goodbye message from Toto.
وبعدين
that voice note, even I cried.
Yeah.
Well, I cry a lot.
Yeah, you do. I hope you cry all season.
Yeah. Sorry guys, but
From the tears of happiness of Max winning.
لا.
Sorry guys, but I come from an era where the driver's transfer used to be a newspaper post ويمكن مجلتين فوق and that's it.
You're not that much older than us.
Yeah, بس إنه
عملني هلمة ماركو عشان شو بك؟
I can't believe we didn't talk about that.
يا أصلاً لما حكي جوزيف عن آيزاك أنا كنت بدي أحكي عنه.
صراحة ما بيستاهل وقت.
Probably not.
But that guy is very mean.
He is. He's not even mean. He is bitter.
Yeah.
I think إذا بنجيب صورة بشباب ويطلع بيشبهك صح؟
بيشبه نبيه بري. بحس وقتها اجى كورونا لعلمة ماركو كورونا هرب. صار عكس. هالزلمه بيعيش ل 105 بعد بيشوف اولاده لماكس عم يعملوا سبق. بعد اولاده لماكس بيصيروا تشامبيونز وبعده هلمت قاعد حاطط السماعه وقاعد يخوزق بهالصغار. شو والله الزلمه والله ما بعرف. تشيرز دكتور هلمت. أنا اليوم بكرة ما راح أوعى الصبح see you إن شاء الله ب Heaven Podcast.
With that bombshell we can call this episode the end. Thank you so much for watching ادعوا لنا بس تاخذ نفس وتكون معكم. See you next time everyone.
Thank you guys so much, and if you like Joseph's comedy show, please follow him on Instagram.
Ciao,
See you guys after China. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.